Today we get to hear about a beautiful story, and the characters are Margaret, Patience, and Bernard. So tonight, you and I together, and you get up, put on your seatbelt, and just chill in your bed, and let me do some beautiful things to your mind. Welcome to Soul Food, and it's time to take you to the music and bring you back where we get on the show and tell you what it is we have lined up for you. And Dr. Tolu is also coming by today. A lot of you dropped questions for her. We were asking last week, at what point do you give up? At what point do you stop forgiving a spouse or someone you're in a relationship with? And she answered that question so wonderful. And I'm going to be calling her live on the show to talk to us about it. I enjoyed every bit of what she told me on the phone, and I can't wait to call her live so you can get to hear all the beautiful things I heard. Remember, if you're here, you're two steps ahead of your game in your relationship. Join me as I take you back to the music. Stick with me.
Let's talk about love. Sex. The right kind of relationship. Family. Our day-to-day life worth. On Soul Food. Every Monday. 10 p.m. on the rhythm. 93.7. With your girl, Debbie. Look at this life. I still don't know where it's going. Soul Food.
Where your soul finds succor.
But I know I love you.
Okay, welcome back. It's still Rhythm 93.7 Show Food with your girl Debbie. And it's a beautiful evening and just here to make it more sweet for you. Okay, so back to it. Okay, let me just tell you how we roll. Okay, we have a topic we're talking about today. But what I do first is take you into my island of fictional, beautiful stories. I give you a picture. I paint it so well that you open your mind to what we're talking about. And afterwards, the phone line is thrown open after you hear the story to call in and tell us. It helps me know what your mind is made of. It helps me know what I'm dealing with and how much work I have to do. So today is going to be really beautiful. And then on the other side, it will be time for confession. You guys should tell me those things that are paining you so badly. I want to carry some of the burdens for you right here on Soul Food. That's what it is about. I'm here, I'm that doctor that is here to carry your pains. Okay, let's kick off. Our story today is about three characters. We have Margaret, Margaret, and Patience are siblings. They are the only children of their parents, Mr. and Mrs. Beemore of blessed memory. Okay, so there's an 8 years age gap between two of them because it took them their parents 8 years to have patience after Margaret was born. And then they were doing so good from a good family. Parents were rich enough. Margaret was in her final year in school, and her younger sister Patience was in GSS 3 in secondary school. And then, unfortunately, their parents had a ghastly motor accident, and both of them didn't survive it. Oh, it was devastating for them. But Patience, who was almost Margaret, who was almost done from school, had to just stand in the gap. She became their parents. She had to take care of her sister. She never let Patience suffer one bit. It was that nice where Patience even did a higher education in Malaysia. Everything was going so well. Margaret was around 25 at this point, And after some years, and she met this guy called Bernard. Bernard was just someone who also not too fresh out of school, about 3 years out of school, was a lab scientist working in a lab. They met and fell in love. And then 6 months down the lane, she was pregnant. Ooh, that was not in the plan. She says, "Oh no, I'm not having an abortion. I will never do it. No, 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 no." And then he says, "Okay, okay, what do we do? We have to go see my uncle. And there's this, we're going to manage. Okay, my parents are not doing, but they left quite a lot for us. So I can manage with you. Don't worry, we'll work it out." Dude couldn't say anything. He agreed. And he kept postponing the introduction. He postponed it like up to 2 months. And then eventually they fixed a date. It was a D-Day. And this girl dressed up so fine. "Oh, it's the day. I'm going to be his wife." And then she went to his house. Dude was nowhere to be found. Security man left her with a note saying, "Sorry there, I just couldn't do it. I've got to face my career. I want a better life. This is not what I planned. I can't have a family at 26. I've got big plans for my career. I'm out of the country. Please, the baby's still young. You can abort it out. And if you find a man who loves you, please go on. For me now, in marriage, I don't see myself there." Ooh, what is this? She couldn't take it. Margaret fainted, was rushed to the hospital by Bernard's neighbors, and cut the long story short, she lost the baby. And then she put herself together. It was the hardest thing. She didn't date for about 2 years. She was bitter. She was sad. She was everything that comes with heartbreak. Oh, God. And then, 5 years down the lane, she was around 30. She met another man. They fell in love and then they got married. They were doing okay. On the other hand, her younger sister, Patience, had finished her degree program from Malaysia and wanted to go further. She needed to go to the US to do her master's, so she left. And after her master's, she started working, and everybody was doing fine. Patience here, working, doing good. Margaret here, a family, businesswoman, everything is fine. 13 years down the lane, she starts working in a hospital. Guess who was working in that same hospital as a doctor? Bernard. Bernard got to the US and decided to be called his native name, so he wasn't called Bernard anymore. He preferred to be called Ame. So she knew him as Dr. Ame. And it was like Romeo and Juliet kind of meeting. They fell in love, so deep in love. And oh, true, she would say, "Oh no, I have a sister. She's all I've got. She's this, she's that, she's that, she's that." I never really thought to see what this sister looks like or anything. They were doing so well together. It was a good relationship. 9 months, Ahmed was very ready for marriage, so he was just looking for a wife at that point. 9 months down the lane, he proposes to this beautiful woman. And then she was so excited, she put her sister on a video call. Yeah, he just popped the question. That's when Anna looked at the phone screen. Who do we have here? He could see that it's the woman that he abandoned pregnant in Nigeria. Oh, jeez. This is not happening. He was trying to put himself together, but she didn't recognize him, Bernard, because he had beards and then he had a cap on. So she couldn't really see his face well, but he saw her very well. Ame Bernard is actually sharing two names in this character. Was so shocked. He didn't know what to do. Should I tell her? Should I just? And then they were talking. Then the only thing that got close to the lady finding out was when he said he was from River State, Ahoda. But they said, "Oh no, no, no! Guys from there are very slippery. Like I had a very horrible experience with one of them. Ame Kotsin, Bernard Kotsin, and tries to change the topic. So how's business doing?" And then that's it. Okay, so they said, okay, no problem. We're fixing the wedding for 3 months. We're going to come into Nigeria. Everything will be done in a hurry. We're not going to be around for more than a month, so to be back to back everything at once. Bernard was confused. What do I do? He goes to talk with a colleague. There's also a friend, a male friend. Look at what I just found out that my fiance's sister is the girl I abandoned that was about 2 months pregnant for me. And the friend told him 13 years. She would have forgotten that by now, for goodness sake, guy, Gerald. I mean, 13 years, she's married and she's doing good. What was she even remembering that for? It's okay, just go and whatever it is, you can apologize to her. They are back to Nigeria. They got into Abuja where Margaret lives. On arrival, they got to their hotel, settled in, and they were on their way to see Margaret for, of course, the dinner. They arrived and they were kissing and exchanging pleasantries. And Margaret could not believe her eyes. Who do we have here? This is the man. This is the man who told me apart. You want to hear what happened afterwards? Stick around. Let us just take a little musical break. When we come back, let's get to find out. Was it an easy walkover for Bernard or was it trouble for him? Stick here. It's Soul Food with your girl, Debbie. Be right back.